Let's take it to KwaZulu-Natal now, because the ANC has deployed its National Executive Committee members to that province this week to intensify its campaign ahead of the elections, which are going to be held this month. ANC National Chair Gwede Mantashe is leading the campaign in uMhlathuze today, and that's where we find our reporter Samkele Maseko, who's keeping up with the very latest around this particular strategy. And Samkele, of course, no overstating just how important KZN is, not only because of its historical kind of trajectory, but because of the new entrance in the form of the uMhlathuze party and its dominance there.
Indeed, and the national chairperson of the ANC, Gwede Mantashe, is here at the taxi rank in Richards Bay, uMhlathuze municipality, encouraging these who are voting here, who are residing here and trading in this particular rank, to vote for the African National Congress. Most of them are raising issues of jobs for their children. They are raising issues of these stalls being too small and some of them not being able to be locked for safety reasons, and that those who reside on the streets end up coming to steal in these stalls that the government has built for them in these areas. Let's just listen to what this lady had to say.
Yes. Yabona nenda yakho ngmatungwane le usebenzela kuyi awubhatala rent
saka sayikhokhi rent sasamasha sakathi rent
asifasi anibhatala rent manje
asayikhokhi kusamasha
ni right ukumatha abantu kuya bamathe kakade ibalulekile nto
umkhona ugrabile ngakanani abaqeda ngisho kulungisa la
amen waphela linda kumamtungwa na rent namatha kodwa ngangabhatala anibhatali manje ungathi kakhona unabantwana bangabheka
babili
benza
abezothola baqashwa ndawo nje anti over age
bapase bani
matric
matric sengabathumele college university
uyise washo
imali khona phaka kurhulumente yobabhatalela
ikhona
NSFAS le mali kwe-NSFAS imali karhulumente yobhatala abantwana bakho xa base-university. Okay okay uvile ke mama
Essentially, they are now, she is saying that she's got two children who have passed matric, who have not yet been able to go to university, encouraging those kids of hers to go to university, and that NSFAS will pay for them. That is the national chairperson of the ANC, Gwede Mantashe, who is essentially campaigning here. I'm just going to walk out with him so that we can speak to him, because our light is a bit dim in this particular area. As you can see that he is engaging with these dwellers who are working here in this rank and basically preparing food that they will trade and sell to the taxi drivers and those who commute in this specific area. He is alongside Tebekulu, who is the regional chairperson of the ANC, and uMhlathuze, the deputy chair and also councillor of the ANC in this uMhlathuze municipality, which is led by the IFP. We will also just speak to him once he's done with those people, but in essence, that he is campaigning in an area where it is led by the IFP in a coalition in this particular municipality. And also you've got the DA that has a deputy mayor in this specific municipality. And this is the region, uMhlathuze region, which encompasses Nkandla, the home of former President Jacob Zuma. Former President Zuma is essentially a member in this particular region of uMhlathuze, where Gwede Mantashe is campaigning. He is effectively taking the campaign to the heartland of the homestead of former President Jacob Zuma, where he has been very critical of this particular region. Mr. Mantashe, you are live on the SABC. Just the essence of coming to campaign in uMhlathuze, which is the home of the man you led with for over 10 years.
That man is in trouble. He's being fired by his president, and he's firing him as well. So I don't want to enter that space. It's not my space. I'm not there. The campaign I want here to vote for the ANC. The ANC is the oldest organization, it's consistent, it doesn't change colors.
How do you encourage people to vote for the ANC here? When the ANC was in charge, people in a township in Eskawini, H1, H2, J1, would sometimes go on for months and ends without proper running water.
You see, the problem of water is all over because we're a water scarce country. But I commend Minister Mchunu for the work he's putting on supply of water. We are a water scarce. You know, I was in another area yesterday. They drill boreholes, and a very climate change structure doesn't allow them to drill boreholes. Then that means you are complicating the problem. So people will get the water. That problem is being attended every day. It will happen.
Mr. Mantashe, when you look at these specific regions, particularly Tugela, up north of the province of KwaZulu-Natal, it's been largely said it's gridlocked by the IFP, now the emergence of the MK. In your assessment, where is the ANC strongest and weakest in these particular regions of Nokambanyawo, Musadlada, Mzalangumalo, etc.?
For 2 days I was in Nokambanyawo. I can tell you there, the ANC is alive, it is working, it is active, it is visible. I'm in Musadlada today and tomorrow. At the end of that trip, I will be able to do my assessment. That's how I do that. I don't do an assessment before I start. We're starting working. It's good that we're doing a blitz here now. That is very important because it's part of campaigning, and we'll continue doing that.
You were speaking to taxi drivers, and we're speaking about the issues of drill operations within the ocean for gas exploration. What are some of the reasons why you are saying to them petrol is expensive because NGOs are taking you to court? You are not allowed to explore gas in certain areas, such as this area of Musadlala, Richards Bay, where there is some oil reserves.
ENI was doing drilling here in this ocean, and ENI was taken to court 47 times. It packed its money and its packs. It went to Cote d'Ivoire and discovered a lot of oil that is working there. We are importing that fuel now, today. If we discover ours, at least we'll have an option of saying, this is our own oil, this is what we want to do.
Then what is the way forward? Particularly, you are saying that these taxi owners end up keeping quiet when these NGOs take you to court, and they are the ones who suffer at the end of the day when fuel prices go up.
It's because society must be mobilized for their own development. So you don't wait for NGOs that are foreign funded. Many of them don't know the area, but they take over and give you people some change. And those people join them in the protest against development. That issue is a campaign on its own that we must pursue.
Mr. Mantashe, just your response on the president signing that particular bill that basically lifts the declaration of donors to political formations where they donate to parties, they no longer have to declare a certain amount. That bill was signed this week by the president?
If the president has signed that, it is signed. You know, there are three arms of government. There is the executive, there is the legislature, and there is the judiciary. All of these are independent of each other. The president sign a bill processed by the legislature. If it is processed by the legislature, the problem doesn't start with the president signing. It starts with the bill being processed in parliament and going through both houses, and it passes. Then the president signs it into act. So to look at the president, we are shifting the blame to where it doesn't belong.
But is he not signing this particular bill knowing the ANC's financial troubles?
No, everybody, all the parties supported that thing because the political party funding should fund democracy, and it should not just partly fund them. And parties don't survive with that. It must fund democracy. It is an obligation that goes with democracy.
Mr. Mantashe, just the entire NEC being here, is it due to an assessment knowing that you may be dipping in numbers? For instance, historically, you used to get about 2.6 million votes during the era of former President Jacob Zuma here. 2019, you dropped to about 1.9 million votes in the province.
President Zuma was never a leader here, except when he was a Minister of Economic Affairs. He has always been a national leader of the ANC. So he cannot be doing a work here when he's national. So it's not him. You better say Sihle or Macingwana. So those are the leaders of the province. That is the time. So I want to go back to those times when there is a new leader of the ANC here, Duma Siboniso.
The one who grabs mics?
Yes, he grabs mics when you are insulting ANC. That is brave enough.
Mr. Mantashe, so in essence, you are saying that what is your program looking out for the rest of the week? We are told that a former head of state who used to be a nemesis of the man who once ruled the ANC, will be in the province this particular weekend. What is your program looking like for the rest of the week?
The president will be here. There is no area that is a no-go area for leaders of the ANC. We go everywhere. That's why I'm here. Okay.
Who's your coalition partner? IFP, EFF or MK in the province?
Coalition, outright majority.
Are you sure?
Outright majority, no coalition.
Thank you very much. That is the national chairperson of the ANC, Gwede Mantashe, who is effectively on a campaign here in uMhlathuze, essentially saying that they will win outright, and you can't accredit the ANC's failures or successes in this particular area, Ayanda, to any particular individual.
All right, Samkele, Maseko, thanks very much indeed. Taking the opportunity, of course, to engage these prominent figures on a number of issues of national interest. Samkele, Maseko, live to us there from uMhlathuze. That's in KwaZulu-Natal as the ANC bolsters its campaigning ahead of this year's crucial election.